Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Yes, Ms. Flores, go ahead with your question.
Mr. President, people are hurting. In these perilous times, what is your message to people dealing with political unrest and divisiveness, not only in this country, but in other places around the world?
My message is simple. We are one.
Mr. President.
One more question. Brian.
Sir, people are angry, pointing fingers, looking for someone to blame. Communities are devastated, and even families are divided on many issues. It's hard to have a civil conversation these days. Your response?
Listen, my response is simple. We are one.
Good morning, good evening. I say good morning, good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show, where you make it happen. Listen, I've been saying morning because I am up at 5 a.m. at my coffee shop, so I'm still saying morning. But I'm so excited to be with you tonight. We are here bringing some amazing flavor to the virtual talk show circuit, featuring our national and our local musicians and recording artists. This platform is designed for you. We want to help promote the artists, the business owners, the social media network organizations, physical and mental health awareness. So this platform is designed for you. If you want to be a part of the Coco McMillan Show, please reach out to me at Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com, or I'm on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Just reach out to me and let me know that you want to be a part of the show, and we will make it happen for you. This show allows the guests the opportunity to discuss their career goals, their challenges, their products, their new opportunities that they have, and awareness. So we want you to bring your expertise and your knowledge to the show. We believe in sharing your journey in life, because you know what? Millions of people can be blessed just by your testimony. So that's why we built this platform for you to come on and share to our sisters and brothers and let them know what's going on, what to do, what not to do, and all that good stuff. I just want to give a big shout out right now to Dr. Eric Kelly. He's been in my spirit all day, for even giving me this platform to be on the IBM network. I just remember those days when he reached out to me during the COVID and say, listen, this is what you need to be doing. I'm like, wait, am I ready for this? And he just put me out there. So to him, to Nick, to Mark Lee, everyone that's working behind the scenes, Kim Thompson, thank you. I appreciate you. And to everyone that's been watching the show and supporting the show, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate you. And I thank you for tuning in, because you could be doing something else, but you're spending this time with me. So if you're watching tonight, go ahead and put in the chat where you're watching from. Let us know what you're doing, all that good stuff, so we can give you a shout out. Want to say thanks to Mr. Wayne Booker for all of the work he's been doing, also behind the scene when getting some of the guests here for the show. So thank you. Shout out to Wayne Booker, Gina Law, Tanya, all you guys. Thank you so much for just working in my favor and just supporting the show. We're streaming live right now on the IBM network, on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. If you're sitting in your homes and you have your Roku TV, go ahead to Roku and download Pod TV Live, and you can watch it right there live on your big screen TV. So God is doing some amazing things, and I'm so grateful and thankful for what he's doing in my life, in your life, for the show, because he's just that good. Okay, he's just that good. I want to say, before we bring on our guests, I thank you for your prayers for my cousin Maya McLean. She is home. Praise God, she's home. I told you last week that there was a major surgery that was going on with her. She pulled through it. She survived. And the good thing that's how I know God is working miracles, because even before the surgery, before they operated, she's walking, she was talking, doing all those things. And then the major thing that was going on with her, some people couldn't have survived it, or they wouldn't have been able to walk or talk, but God was in the building. And thanks to all the family, Tika and Dennis, our prayers will continue to be with you. I mean, the family, her mom and dad was there for her, and our family pulled together and we began to pray. Our grandmother taught us how to pray, because that's what it's all about. And, the prayers of the righteous avail much. And I just thank God for what he has done. He is a miracle worker. And that is to encourage somebody out there tonight that's listening. Even if you're sick in your body, or you're scheduled for a surgery, or someone in your family, just trust God. He has not forgotten about you. He will be there in the room with you, and he will do what he said he would do. Healing is the thing that God does. If you ask and you believe, he will heal your body. He will make you well. So just trust in the Lord, with all your heart, and just know that he can and he will do it. As my pastor said last Wednesday, he was like, won't he do it? Yes, he will do it. And I'm a living witness. And so we have to continue to know that God is almighty. He's powerful, and our help comes from him. So don't forget that, and know and trust in the believer, because he's the creator. He created you, and he knows all about you. He knows everything that's going on in your life. So even before it happens. So just trust him and lean on him and depend on him, and he will direct your path. That was for somebody. That wasn't even planned to be said right now, but that was for someone that was listening. So I pray that you receive that in the name of Jesus. Yes. So listen, guys, thank you again for watching. Again, go ahead and put in the chat where you watch it from. Text someone. Let them know that you're about to spend the next hour with Miss Coco McMillan. We have a powerful young lady on. This is going to be with us tonight. I tell you, I can't wait for you to just hear her story and just talk to her. We are celebrating, Women's Day, Women's Month. We celebrated International Women's Day, and we really want to focus on the women and everything for this month. So I met this lady, this young lady in the train station last week. I think it was last week. And you know how when you meet someone, you just kind of know your spirit is just kind of jumping, and it's just something about that person. And we didn't even talk long. We just talked for a few minutes, but God said, that's who I want to be on your show for next week, and so I'll listen. I'm going to do what God says. I'm not going to be like, no. When he tells you to do something, trust me, you better do it. So I wanted to be obedient and have her to come on the show. She's only going to be with us for a few minutes because she's been traveling. She just got back in town. Well, she's just in town today. She just arrived in Florida. So she's been traveling for 24 hours now, just to make it back to her daughters and her grandchildren and everything. So I don't want to hold her too long. I wanted to come on and kind of share her testimony to you, tell you all about her. But before we do this, I do want to say, if you're not doing anything this weekend, make sure you check me out. I'm going to be at, I think, First Baptist Church downtown Raleigh with Pastor Cornella Hill. That's doing the ordination this weekend. So I'll be there. Early service, 9:30. So if you can come out and support Pastor Cornella Anil. It's going to be a wonderful service. So we want you to check it out. But now, without further ado, I want to introduce this young lady tonight. Her name is Bernadette Gladdy, and I just adore her spirit. Such a wonderful spirit, such a powerful, again, testimony, and just you can just feel her heart, and that's what I love about her. So, if you help me welcome tonight my guest, Miss Bernadette. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, Miss Bernadette?
I'm hanging in there.
I know you're tired.
Yes,
I know you're tired. I'm so grateful that you traveled back and traveled to Jacksonville, Florida, got there safely. I know when I called you this morning, I can kind of hear it in your voice. You was like, well, when I get home, I am going to take me a nap. I'm going to sleep. And I don't think you've been to sleep yet.
No, ma'am, I haven't.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And as I said earlier, Miss Bernadette, when I met you last week, it was just something about your spirit, and I think you just came up to the coffee shop or to the stand to get a banana, and
yes,
it just turned into something else. But I want you to tell our viewers tonight, just tell them a little bit about yourself. I know that I think you grew up in Chicago, and you have 3 girls and 3 boys. So why don't you just tell the viewers about Miss Bernadette?
Okay. Well, I grew up in Chicago. I'm 57 now, but I was adopted when I was a baby. Okay. So I didn't know nothing about my parents, and I had a decent upbringing. I'm gonna say it like that. It was decent. Went to school and everything. Then I went out and I had my own family.
Okay.
So I always wanted 4 kids of my own. I
Wow.
always wanted that, yes, ma'am. And I got that. And then I had an extra one. So that made 5 of mine that I had. And then I met my husband and he had a son. He was 2. So now all my kids is grown, but I was one of them girls that was in the streets, doing stuff. I'm not going to go through a whole lot, but I did what I did. Been locked up, got out, did it again. You know what I'm saying? I done spent some time in bad girl boot camp. I done did the jail time. I done did the penitentiary time.
Okay.
But the thing is about it that my kids never turned their back. They was mad. They was mad about what I was doing out there in them streets, but they never turned their back on me. So in 2006, I left Chicago.
Okay.
I left Chicago. I had to get my life together. And before I married my husband, he was like, "We're going to leave. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get up out of Chicago," because that was my downfall, Chicago was.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
and I had to get my kids up out of there, but my girls was with their dad.
Okay.
So I only took one son with me. But life was rough. Life was rough, getting off them drugs and stuff, but I changed my life around. God's been holding my hand for a long time.
Yes.
Because I should not be able to be right here in this chair doing this. Not at all. So we went to Minnesota for 4 years. And what brought me to North Carolina was my first daughter. She was pregnant with my first grandson. I changed my life because of me. And then I wanted to be that grandma.
Yes.
To be there for my babies. And I have. So I left, but I've been in North Carolina for over 10 years. He's 11 now.
Okay.
I have a grandson that's 11. So if you want to ask me some questions, ask him. Because I'm jumping around. I'm jumping around. But I done had my husband passed away in 2014.
Okay.
We was married for 17 years. I've never been married again. Not going to do it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But 17 years he passed away, but he got me where I needed to be.
Amen.
That's what he said. I got you where you need to be. Now, you know, and God probably said, "I'm taking him home, but you're staying down there."
Right.
So, but my kids, they never, ever, they don't disrespect me. They never hit me. So I don't know what I would do. I'm be the honest. I don't know how to do if they did, but ma'am, they never have. And everybody is in their 30s. So
wow.
I have a Marine. These girls, I have Marines and 2 Navy young ladies.
That's all right, Miss Bernadette.
Yes. And my son, come on. And my sons, they work. Okay, hold on. And this is right here. So,
hey, baby.
So that's the grandbaby that was at the train station.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you're welcome. She won't grab my phone. Okay. Yeah, just tell it back. So she come to get my phone, my other phone. So yes, so I have that. So I do a lot of traveling.
Okay.
So I go to Virginia. I come to Florida because I'm daycare. I'm daycare for them.
Daycare.
Until they old enough to go to daycare. We can't have them in no schools, not right now.
Right.
But yes, ma'am. My life, it was a struggle, but I'm here.
Well, let me ask you something, Miss Bernadette.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
You said Chicago was the place that you knew you needed to get out of Chicago.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, your kids was mostly with their dad.
Right.
And you said they never disrespect you. They was probably mad. I'm sure they was mad. How did that even make you feel? Is that when you said, okay, it's time for me to go? Like, how did that make you feel knowing that you wasn't where you wanted to be there for them?
Okay, but it made me, they was mad, but back then with them drugs, it was like, so what? It was like that was the type of thing was, okay, y'all mad, we gonna get over it and I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing.
Right.
So by keep getting locked up, You know, they picking me up, putting me in here, picking me up. But the penitentiary is what changed me when I
Mm,
came out, because it was like, oh, I'm tired of them telling me when to go to bed, when to do this, when to eat.
yeah.
But I made it through. I had to be a tough little girl like I was on the streets. So I was a tough cookie in the penitentiary, but I made it out, and my kids were still right there waiting on me to come home.
Amen.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
long were
They
you
were.
in there, Miss Bernadette? If you
Well,
don't
I
mind
was
me
only supposed to do 6 months, but I did a year because I had a fight.
asking. Okay. You had a
I'm
fight, Miss
leaving like,
Bernadette.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We don't play with girls. No, ma'am. We don't do that.
Don't do
So, no, ma'am.
that. Wow,
No,
wow.
ma'am. So, yes,
And
ma'am.
I love that you share that, Miss Bernadette. You know, I
Hmm.
had a couple of other people that spent some time in the
Hmm.
penitentiary, and they said the same thing.
Hmm.
It taught them to, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want
Right.
people to be telling me when to get up,
Yes, ma'am.
when to go to bed and different stuff. And I'm so glad that you kind of brought that up, because it can help somebody else,
Yes, ma'am.
that's probably, maybe going
Yeah.
down the wrong path,
Right.
and
Yes,
saying,
ma'am.
okay, you need to stop here because
This
this
ain't it.
is this ain't it.
This ain't it. And
No,
another thing is, like, once you get out, stay out.
stay out. Yeah,
Don't keep going back and forth, because that's no playground.
right.
Stop going in and out. Once you'll learn, because I'm like this. If you want to change, you're gonna change. If
That's
you
right.
don't want to, you're gonna keep on doing the same mess. Because my husband married me. He said, "Are you ready to change?" I'm leaving Chicago. Once I left Chicago, I wasn't going nowhere to do the same thing. Because if I was, I could have stayed right there in Chicago.
That's right. That's
That's right. But
right.
I didn't. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So is the city of Chicago really rough like they say it
It's
is?
bad now. I don't go home at all. I
Wow.
don't go home at all. I told him the next time I come to Chicago, HELL about to freeze over. So, and my kids came up out of there. So they was teenagers when they came up out of there. So,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
have boys. I have boys and I have girls. Them girls is tough, but they come up, they went to the military, the Navy, and they did what they had to do for their life. And I told
Right.
them, don't do what I do. Do
Right.
better than what I do. And that's
That,
exactly what they did.
that's
And
what
I'm
they
proud of them.
Yeah, so you got one girl in the Marines. Woo,
Yeah.
she tough.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
tough
she out now. She retired, but I still got two in the Navy.
in the Navy. Oh my
Yes, ma'am. So I still got two tough ones hanging in there.
God.
Yes.
Listen, I got a couple of comments that's coming through. Somebody said Miss Bernadette said she could hold her own.
Yes,
That's
I can.
But one of the questions says, what do you say when folks talk about the toughness and the gangs in the cities, like in Durham? Because we have the
Hmm.
same thing, that's
Right.
in Durham. So did you see a lot of the gangs and a lot of that stuff in Chicago when you was there?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. It was on the streets. When I was on the streets, all that was on the streets, but I still held my own with them.
Miss Bernadette.
Yeah. So you have to get if they want you, you have to give respect to get respect.
That's right.
So if you're not gonna respect me, and I was one of them girls. I'm like, I ran the streets by myself. Nobody's gonna get in trouble with me. If I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm not gonna take
Right.
nobody down. So if I did that crime, I'm gonna pay for it by myself. You ain't gonna be able to say, "Oh no, I did it," and
Right.
I was
Right.
by myself when you picked me up.
Wow. So
So
you was
yes, ma'am.
never a follower.
No, ma'am. We didn't do that following. Following got you in trouble. Following got you in trouble. So I
Oh my
learned not to
God.
follow people. I did what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, how I wanted to do it. And if I say no, we gonna leave it at that. You try something, we fighting.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yes,
I
ma'am.
can already tell.
I've been
I
I
can
was a fighter.
tell.
I was a
You
fighter.
you was a fighter.
Yeah, you can ask some of my kids' daddies. At least one of them. But that's a long story.
Yes, ma'am. But but I mean, you know, coming up in those days, you had to survive and you had to do what you had to do
Yes, ma'am.
to survive. And once you got out of Chicago, you said you went to
Minnesota.
Minnesota. How was
Yeah.
Minnesota? It's
Oh,
cold there.
it's cold, but I love Minnesota because that's where I started over at.
Okay.
In
Okay.
Minnesota, I got married in Chicago, and we got married, and we hopped the train the next day, and I moved to Minnesota.
Wow.
Because I couldn't stay in Chicago because that's where all my, my family had, some would give me what I want, give me money here.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it was too much. I said, if I'm going to change, I got to leave Chicago. And
Wow.
that's what I did. I left Chicago.
And when you was in Minnesota, did those thoughts come back again and say, well, I think I want to go back to Chicago, maybe for a little while or something?
No, ma'am. I'm going to tell you one little story, and it's going to be quick.
Okay.
In Minnesota, me and my husband had got a house, a nice little old place for me and the kids. I had to go to the aid office. So in front of the bus station, it was like 7 bags of crack because I used to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked all that up and I threw it across the street to the police station, and I never looked back.
Wow, Miss Bernadette.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at that. So it's I'm so glad you said you have to want to stop. You have to want. Right. Because you could have just took it with you, but you was like, no,
kept it moving. Yes, kept it moving. But that was right there. That's when I said, "Oh, I'm done."
Yeah.
And it went on from there.
And never look back.
No, ma'am. And my husband, he took me as I was. Yes, ma'am. He did. He fought with me and on the street trying to make me stay in the house when I was in Chicago. No, I can't do it. I can't be in.
Yes.
But he stayed there with me. He married me and we left.
I love when you say he took me as I was. And, there's a quote that, we say, for church, or they say, come as you are. Right. And a lot of people was thinking it's like, come as you are with what kind of clothes
you have on.
But it's talking about come wherever you are mentally, wherever you are spiritually, whatever, if you have, drug problems or drinking, come as you are because God accepts you. It's the spirit that he's wrestling with. But he can change you. And look what he did for you, Miss Bernadette.
And he's still doing it because I had breast cancer.
Yes.
3-stage breast cancer. And how I found out about that, I went to the doctor because I thought I had a cyst. Went through emergency and found out it was 3-stage cancer. Then my hair started falling off. I done been bald. I done did it all. The surgery, the chemo, the radiation, and then after radiation, that's when I came down to Jacksonville, Florida to be with my granddaughter. She was a baby. She's 3 now.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So you there in Jacksonville, Florida with your grandkids, and then you have a home in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
So you was there for
over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So what did you do? How did you like Jacksonville, North Carolina?
I love it. I love it. It's quiet. It's quiet. And where I live at, it's quiet. It's real quiet. I love my area. My house is still there. I have a young lady that actually helped me keep it up, make sure nobody breaking in, get my mail, get my medicine, because I'll be taking medicine for the rest of my life. So, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I take that instead of being gone. Yeah. And she helps take care of my home in North Carolina. If I need my medicine, my mail, or whatever, she gets it for me. And she sends whatever important stuff, she sends it down here to me, and we take care of it together.
Wow. So a lot of things you're doing now is traveling, because you was traveling when I met you on your way to Virginia to see your grandbabies. I think even because your daughters was out of town. And what I love was your daughter
came all the way
from Virginia to pick you up. Then that's 3 or 4 hours.
Yes. And let me tell you this. My other daughter, when it was time for me to come back here, she drove me all the way to Rocky Mountain to get on the train.
See,
that's my oldest daughter did. My baby girl picked me up in Cary, and my oldest daughter took me to Rocky Mountain to get back here.
Look at that. Look at that.
Man. God is good.
God is good. And they hold no grudges or anything.
No, ma'am. None. Not even my sons. Not even my sons. And I was like a single mom, but my sons are men's. My
Yes.
son and my husband's sons, he's like 26, no, 24, and he was 2 when I met his dad. So I raised him. He still lives in North Carolina. He
Okay.
still lives in North Carolina. But mine that I had, all 5 of them, 1 here and 4 is actually living in a big house in Virginia together. So they
Wow.
are living together with my grandsons. So all them live in one house together and they get along. Don't get me wrong, we bump heads. We family. We bump heads, but we go to our little spots and come back and be like, hey, okay, it's over with, it's done, let's keep moving.
Keep it moving, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We keep it to moving. We ain't finna sit here with frowns up face all day, ain't talking to nobody. But no, we keep it to moving.
That good, good.
We are the Gladney family.
The Gladney family. How
Mhm.
many grandkids do you have in all?
4.
It's 4. Okay.
And it's all my girls. My sons don't have none, and they don't need none. I tell them, y'all ain't ready. I have a son that have a dog, and he got a little bitty dog, a boy and his dog. That's it. But
That's
my
it.
sons don't have kids. You don't need none. You're not ready. But if they do have some, I'm gonna make sure I'm the grandma, and I'm gonna be right there for them too.
Right there.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
awesome because you've seen all your grandbabies
Yeah,
born and you raising them,
you
and
help raise them.
I know that your girls, I know they love that and appreciate that.
Yes, they
Because
do.
everything that they've been
But
through.
you know what? I need my grandkids just as much as they need their grandma. So
Oh,
they keep me to moving. They keep me. I can't just sit around. I just can't just lay down and just forget about life. I
yeah.
can't do that. I'm not ready. And I know he's not ready to take me because it's got too much got to do. It's
That's
just some more. There's something else out there because I should not be here. For real,
right.
for real. I should not. But I had a stroke, didn't know about it. So I should, that's why I say God is good to me. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I ain't perfect.
None
I
of us are
still
perfect.
have some flaws. I
Yeah.
still have some, but we working on some of them.
Go
Okay?
ahead.
We working on them now. Can't nobody sit there and say my life is perfect. No, it's
Yeah.
not. No,
Yeah.
it's not. There's no one with a perfect life. There's some, but I don't hide my past. I like to talk about it. I like to remember it to let me know myself. I was there, but I'm
Yeah.
here now.
Right.
That's it.
Then that's what this show is all about. That was
Yes,
your
ma'am.
past that was there. Just
Yeah.
just to remind us where we come from and
Come
look
from,
where
yes,
God
ma'am.
has brought us now and then
Yes,
moving forward. I can imagine, what God has planned for you because this is a testimony and it's helping somebody out there. We have the chat there is going crazy with the
mhm,
comments, the
mhm,
likes, and everything. They're loving your story. And I think when we had the conversation, I said, people need to hear your story because a lot of times that you have someone that had went through a hard life or whatever, and they said, and their kids are saying, well, I can't move forward or I can't do it because my
right,
mama didn't. But no,
right.
your
No,
kids in the Marines
don't
and
blame it on your mom. We are grown now. You're grown
right,
now. You know
right,
right from wrong. And
right,
I taught mine right from wrong. If not, we got in trouble. We got in trouble. You go to school. You had to go to school. I didn't care what I was doing. My babies went to school every day. You're
good.
going to school. I'm gonna check book bags. You're gonna do homework when you come up in here. And then after that, if I go in my room, don't knock on my door. Because I'm done. Dinner is cooked. You're going to bed. But like I say, I changed because I wanted to. Because I got tired. I got tired.
Yeah,
I got tired. And it's a lot of places in Chicago didn't want to help you when you out there doing that. So I had
really.
to force myself into one of the centers just to start getting help for myself. Because
So
I
some of
told
the
him
centers
if you
won't help
can't,
you.
some won't. You got to have insurance. You got to have a little change. I didn't have neither. So when I went to the place to get myself together, they was turning me away, and I stuck my feet. If I go, I'm not coming back. So I
Yeah.
need this help right now, and that's exactly how I started with the
Wow.
help. Yes, ma'am. So
Oh
yeah,
my God, that's powerful. That's wonderful,
yeah,
Miss Bernadette. It's just amazing how God works in people's lives, and then for them to allow, He allows us to tell that testimony, and
yeah,
that's why I said earlier in the show, millions of people can be blessed by your testimony because they're saying, "Oh, that's me," or
Yeah.
that was me. You know, a lot of times back in the day, I think, you know, we didn't want to talk about things. We was kind of scared to talk, you know,
Right.
or
Scared of how people look at you.
Right, right. But now I think that, you know, a lot of people are opening up because, again, we have to help each other to get through it. Like, I need you to survive. You need me to survive.
Right.
And I think that's why, you know, so many people are coming out telling their testimonies
Mm-hmm.
to help other people's.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a comment here. Says, unfortunately, some churches would not help those in need as well.
Right.
Friends went through homeless and you know, told me that. And we've been talking about that on the show. Now, we have a lot of churches that do, like my church, my family church, we do, but there's a lot that will not help you. And it's kind of sad because people need it.
Right, they do. But you only get the help you need if you want to keep getting that help that you need.
Yeah.
Don't get it one time and then just, you know, sometimes you might have to keep coming back 3 or 4 times to get that help.
Right.
But you got to be that person that want to help yourself.
Right.
They can help you. Don't get me wrong. They can help you, but do you want that help?
Yeah.
You don't want that help. That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You come and get the help when you need it and sit down. And that's exactly what I started doing. I wanted the help. I was getting tired. So, yeah.
Let me say, does Miss Bernadette help? Does Miss Bernadette help other kids not to go down the crime route? Some organizations were started by ex-cons. So they want to know, did you go out and speak to?
No, ma'am.
Not
this
yet.
Is actually my first time. Okay. This is actually my first time doing something like this.
Wow.
It really is. That's why I'm thinking I couldn't go to sleep yet. I was like, because, hey, I got to get together. Because I know once I go to sleep, I'm asleep.
You're asleep. Let me tell you guys something. She said to me earlier, you know, I told her it was just something about her. She said, let me tell you something. You know, I'm funny about people. I don't trust everybody. I don't talk to everybody. But it was something about you. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you did, because I think this is a start for you and a lot of other people. Like when they ask that question, do you help other kids? So trust me, people may be reaching out to you to start your own thing. Look at God, what are you doing to start, you know, helping others to go down that same route. Because what I love about you real. You real, you look, you said, I'm a fighter. I fought, you know, ain't no girl stuff going on here.
Right, no.
You're gonna give it to them raw. You're not gonna pacify, you're not gonna sugarcoat it.
No.
You're gonna give them to it raw. Like you said, when you stop, you stop. When you saw that crack and all that stuff on the ground there, you threw it away. You stopped. It was in your mind. You gotta have a mind to change. And I really feel that you would help a lot of people and a lot of young folks these days by being real and 100, because that's what they want to hear.
Right. Not no phony stuff.
No,
not that phony stuff. I ain't gonna come on here and say, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. Yes, I did some of everything.
Yeah. Right. And I'm looking at the thing. It's a lot of people here saying, thank you, Mike Anderson, Diedrich, Otis Lyons, and others. They said they need to know about Miss Bernadette. About going down the wrong route and helping people. That's all right, Miss Bernadette. It was a reason why you were supposed to be on this show tonight to give your testimony and tell. And I'm sure people are going to be reaching out to you guys. I think we have our Facebook information that's going to be popping up in just a few minutes, where you can find her on Facebook at Bernadette Gladney. Am I pronouncing it right? Saying it right?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So when you reach out to her, don't reach out to her with no mess. Okay.
Right.
Don't reach out to her.
I'm not having it. I decline it. I sure will. No, you on some stuff. I ain't for that.
And I'm telling you, you got to be ready. Be ready.
Yes,
don't be ready
ma'am.
for her. You can see the information here at the bottom of the screen, how you can reach out to her if you want to ask her some questions, or you want to, just figure out if you're going through something, for her to kind of help you, guide you through it. And, even the paid events for these conferences and, things that you want her to speak, at, just make sure you reach out to her. Be real. Don't be playing no games. Don't be trying to be all, how we could do sometimes.
Tell them I ain't looking for nobody, so we're not playing that game either. I'm single and I love it.
See, that's what I love Miss Bernadette. She said, right. Don't be playing that game. I ain't looking for
my
nobody.
grandbabies are my life, so I don't put no man, nothing. The only thing I put in front of my kids was them drugs. That's the only thing I would change about my life. Yeah. But my kids and my grandkids, there's no man can say, oh, she left her kid for me. No, sir. No, sir. We don't do that. They need grandma wherever grandma gotta go. You ain't finna tell me to stay in the house and I can't go because I'm up. We done. We are done. So, but my grandbabies are my life and they need grandma. And I'm that grandma that love to take. And you don't have to give me nothing. Just say they want to see their grandma. Y'all get me there and y'all get me back. If I got this, I'm gone. We gone.
You would go. And I seen it for myself, guys. I seen it. I experienced that with her last week in the train station. And I'm so glad she walked up to that stand to get her.
Get a banana.
And we just went for that. And shout out to your girls that set you up, because as she said, she's never done this before. Set it up on her phone and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Work. Shout out to her boys, her grandkids. And I pray that, God's favor continue to rest on you. And just know, Miss Bernadette, that the best is yet to come. Don't be surprised of the phone calls that you're going to get to your new journey.
Oh, I can pick the good people out from the fake people. From them, no, you on some mess. We ain't about that. So I don't want to tell you about my life and then it's something else. No. That go for both. That go for both, girl and boy. Both. I'm not playing.
So
yes, ma'am.
Because people can do that. Then you tell your story and then you take it. You got
somewhere else and twist it around.
Yeah. Nah, we not doing that. Okay.
Right.
We not doing that.
You get blocked for real.
You would get blocked or you get declined. That's
right.
But thank you, Miss Bernadette. I am
welcome.
To let you go and get some rest.
Yes, ma'am.
My sister, I'm so glad that we met. As you see at the bottom, you can reach her there on Facebook. And I just say much favor to you. God bless you. Just let you know at the Coco McMillan Show, we love you here. We support you. Anything you need, just make sure you reach out to us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And you have a blessed night.
You too, Miss Bernadette.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Miss Bernadette. All right. Listen. Was she real or what? She kept it 100. All right. And that's what I love about her. And again, you see her information there at the bottom of the screen at Bernadette Gladney. If you want to reach out to her, and have her come to the conference or talk more about her story to help others not to go through the same thing that she did. And she was candid and she told you what she did. And the great part about it that I love is that her kids never denied her or never went against her. They were still there. As she said, they were mad, but they were still with her. And then now one of her girls have retired from the Marines. 2 of them are in the Navy. Her boys are doing well. She has 6 kids. She has 4 grandkids. She's there in Jacksonville, Florida. She has a house in Jacksonville, North Carolina, originally from Chicago. She lived in Minnesota. And what I see now, she's been traveling for a long time back and forth to see her grandkids. And she told you before, don't come with her with no mess. She ain't trying to see no man or be with no man. It's about her kids or with her mess. So thank you, Ms. Bernadette, for that powerful story. As you know, this month we were celebrating outstanding moms. And I just want to say thank God for her, coming on the show. Shout out too, as well, me and my mom celebrated our birthday this week on March the 12th. And for me, March the 12th and 13th. People have been asking me, Coco, why are you saying March the 12th and the 13th? Well, as I said before, it's my birth certificate versus what my mom says. It says the 12th, but my mom says, girl, you were born on the 13th. So for the last 50 plus years, I've been celebrating it on the 12th and the 13th. My mom came up and visited me, her and my sister, and we had a wonderful time. So shout out to my mom. I love you. Happy birthday, Mom. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, and just being a vessel and a sister, a mom, a friend in my life to me and my sister and my brother. You are my everything, Mom. You're my everything, and I love you dearly. So I just wanted to say that to you as well. We've had also some women coming on the show. Last week, we had a powerful woman of God. If you missed the show last week, make sure that you check her out. And all month, we've been having some great guests on the show, and we have some phenomenal guests that's coming up. So you don't want to miss it. James Skinner. Hey, James, so good to see you. Good evening to you as well. It was something else I was going to tell you. Randy Boland. Thank you, Randy. Thank you so much for the tickets last Friday night. Me and my girl, Tracy, got a chance to see the Women's Empowerment Show, which was absolutely amazing. So thanks to Randy Boland. He plays with Kim. He was the MD for Gerald Levert when we were singing. So thank you so much for just hooking the girl up, you know what I'm saying? Hooking the girl up. But right now, I think we had today is Nicole Maxwell's birthday. Oh, Nicole. Oh my God. She's the fellow announcer for Pod TV. Nicole Maxwell, happy birthday to you. Also, Tammy Lane. Tammy Lane celebrated a birthday. We had a lot of people. It was a lot of people birthday Pisces this month. So happy birthday to everyone. Helena Redmond, thank you so much for everything that you, the videos and everything that you posted, and also for coming out to the What's Up event that we had downtown Cary with a lot of Cary councilmen and business owners and everything that we had on Tuesday night. It was a great event. Shout out to Terry Thorne for putting that together, in the Heart of Cary Association, Liza, Joy, all you guys. It was a wonderful event. Yolanda Rudolph, blessings to you. My family there in Texas, shout out to you. And I know people are probably starting to get on now, but we're going to end the show in a few minutes, but I want to, we're going to go to a commercial break, but the last videos that we're going to play today, I want to send a shout out to Marshetta Parker. Again, her video is amazing. Fight for Us, and DeAndre Bennett. He has a song out, and I absolutely love his video. It's actually a remix of one of his songs. I think it's called We Need You Now. It's the remix of that. Earlier in the video, when we started the show, that was We Are One by David and Tiffany Spencer. Shout out to you guys. Also want to send a shout out to Mims. He has the Durham City Bull video, and Mark told me earlier backstage that they had a chance to play it at the Hayti Center with the councilman from Durham. I think her name is Marjorie. Is it Marjorie Horace Redmond? Maybe he'll put it in the chat for me, for the City Council of Durham. So they had a chance to feature that video. Monique, there we go, Mark. Monique Jose Hyman, there we go. They had a chance to feature that video at their meeting there at the Hayti Center on Sunday. So shout out to Mims. And all these people been on the show, so I'm just so grateful and thankful that they had a chance to be a part of the show. I love you too, Yolanda. Thank you so much. I love you too. Mike Anderson, shout out to you. Lamont Blackman. Oh my God. All right, so check it out. Sunday night on my birthday, I had a chance to go see a concert at this church. One of my friends, Japonica, JP that works with us at her church, but Ruth Leandra was there. That's all I gotta say. That girl can sing. All right. She put on an amazing show Sunday night. Shout out to Ruth, to her mom, to her dad, Alberta. But you know, when you can tell when somebody can, but they can just sing. They just stand there flat-footed and sing. And I think she is supposed to be singing to a track or whatever. And the Holy Spirit's like, nah, we're not going to do that. She just stood there and they got on the organ. Lamont Blackman was there playing that. Oh my God, he was tearing it up. And also, what's his name? It's not Andres, it's his brother. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. But you know who I'm talking about. If somebody's out there in the chat, go ahead and put it in the chat his name, but he's a cold organ player. That's all I can say. He's just amazing. So this girl tore the house up. She brought it down, and when she did Till So Sweet, oh my God. So shout out to you, Ruth Leandra, for being just so amazing as you are. I know her grandmother, Evangelist Lydian Jones. They are from this Pinehurst area, just such an anointed family of God. Let's see. One of our, I'm reading some notes here. One of our tankers, Ashley is competing in the American Idol. Oh, great. Yes, Ashley. Shout out to Ashley. She's going to be competing in the American Idol. Also, there's a fundraiser this Saturday at the Farmers Northgate for MS. Let's see. Bull City Singer is doing that. All right. That's something he's fighting for. Okay, so this is Mark this giving me this information. Give a shout out from 1 to 4. So there's a fundraiser this Saturday at the Farmers Northgate for MS. Club Bull City Singers is doing that. All right, great. So if you don't have anything to do, the Farmers Northgate location, that's where it's going to be held from 1 to 4. So if you don't have anything to do on Saturday, make sure you check that out. Again, that's the Farmers Northgate location. Check it out from 1 to 4. Also, I had a chance to visit Verily Vegan again. Verily Vegan, that's in the Black Farmers Market there off of New Bern Avenue. Miss Maria Jones. It was fabulous. My sister and my mom, we all had a chance to have some of the vegan desserts, and it was amazing as always. So again, check out Maria Jones and the Very Vegan if you want to have good dessert, and it's vegan. Hey, it's vegan. So what more can you ask for? Let's see, something else we got here. The food rodeo and these fancy cars. I guess that's going to be there. Mark, I'm not sure if that's going to be there at the event for the Farmers Northgate location. Let me know if that's going to be there. I think he's saying some rodeo and some fancy cars is going to be there on Saturday at the Northgate location. So make sure you check it out. But guys, thank you so much. Any other comments or any other questions? Anybody go ahead and put it in the chat. Yes, that's what he was saying. Really quick. So that's what Mark was saying. The food truck rodeo and also those fancy cars that you've been seeing. That's going to be there at the Farmers Northgate location Saturday from 1 to 4. So if you're in the Durham area, check it out. Also, I'll be at the First Baptist Church downtown Raleigh, Wilmington Street, Saturday morning, performing at 9:30 a.m. Also, last thing, guys, if you are in the area, in the Cary area, and you are a morning person, I am at the Amtrak Depot every day, Monday, well, not every day, but Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Come by the train station and come to my coffee shop. It's called Coffee Cafe. I have wonderful, great coffee. Of course, I'm going to say that. Muffins, danishes, some different items that you can kind of look at, and some hot chocolate, some tea, and all that good stuff. We have some travel items if you're traveling on the train or whatever. Come by the coffee shop. It's called Coffee Cafe, located inside the Amtrak Depot in Cary. So that's 211 North Academy Street, Cary, North Carolina. Stop by in the morning. If you're a morning person, stop by in the morning and get you a cup of coffee, all right? So again, Coffee Cafe. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for your comments. Everyone that has commented tonight. Thank you again to Miss Bernadette for coming on, sharing her story with us. Shout out to my pastor, Reverend Melvin Jackson, First Lady Jackson, and the Mitchells Grove family. Miss Elder Scanius, Evangelist Scanius, I see you out there. Hi to you. She is my mentor, my heart, she's, if you have that person in your life that can tell you, things that, to encourage you, tell you when you're wrong, tell you when you're right. Evangelist Scanius is that person. I love her dearly. She's from Newark. She's from the Jersey area, but she's now here. And I just appreciate her, everything that she shares with me, everything, her prayers. I really, really do. So shout out to Evangelist Anna Scanius. But as I say all the time, every week, trust in the Lord. Robin from the Baltimore area. Robin Evans, thank you so much for watching. I love you, my sister. You've been a friend to the end. I really do. Thank you for all your prayers and your gifts and all that good stuff. I really love you, sis. Really love you. To Pastor Johnson, ASAL Community Church, I'll be there in April. I think it's April the 22nd. Jeanette Johnson, it's not too late to get your Coco McMillan t-shirts for the Coco McMillan Show. Make sure you reach out to takilola.com and get your t-shirt. The summer is coming. Hey, you want to do it and do it right. So why don't you support the Coco McMillan Show t-shirts? James, if you're on there, I see you on here. Make sure you order you a shirt, man. Check it out. But as I say every week, guys, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. God bless you. I'll see you on next week. And again, we're going to leave you with these couple of videos. Marshetta Parker, Fight for Us, and DeAndre Bennett, which he will be coming on the show really soon. I Need You Now, the remix. God bless you. Love you.
Victory. This is where he's called us now. Where we stand is holy ground. We will wait until he speaks. Who can stand against his power?
Now reporting, George Stephanopoulos.
Good afternoon. We're coming on the air now with breaking news in the killing of George Floyd, who died on Memorial Day. There you see him right there. His death. After being held by officers, you see them right there, 4 officers there.
Overnight, Minneapolis on fire. Protesters leaving an auto parts store in flames.
Death toll in the coronavirus pandemic has now surpassed 250,000 people, by far the highest national toll worldwide. Infections are
God, I don't know what's going on in the world. There's so much chaos and confusion, God. But I'm trusting you. I'm leaning and depending on you to bring us through. God, we need you to come and save us.
In a dying world, we need you more than ever before. Lord, we're tired of doing things our way. I surrender my will to you. Lord, I give myself away. Trying to keep my spirit when I'm really feeling down. Trouble on my left, trouble on my right. Everywhere I turn, troubles all around. You said to look up to the hills, but when it's come with your help. So I'm down on my knees crying, Lord, I mean, please, I can't do it by myself. Let's go. We need you now, remix. We need you now, remix. Wherever you are, lift your voice and sing. Everybody turn it up and say, we need you now, let's go. We need you now. In our family, we need you in our community. We need you. We need you now, Lord. When we don't know what to do, we turn to you. Killing, what are we? Constantly losing. Look at the news, another tragedy. Thinking to myself, it could have been me. Lord, we really need you. We depending on your mercy. Let's go. We need you now. Everybody lift your voice and say we need you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody turn it up. Everybody on your feet. We need you now. We really need you in our school. We really need you in our land. We really need you now. We really need you now. God, we need you now. God, we need you now. God, we need you now. Everybody say we need you now. God, we're sick and tired of all the woe that's going on. People killing men, women, and boys and girls. We're tired of it. We need you. We need you. We need you to come to the rescue. Now open up your Bibles to 2 Chronicles 7:14. Let's go. Give my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, turn from their wicked ways. Then I'm gonna hear from heaven and forgive their sins. And I'm gonna heal the nation. I'm gonna heal the land. Give my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, turn from their wicked ways. I'm gonna heal from heaven and forgive their sins. And I'm gonna heal the nation. I'm gonna heal the land. Let's go. I'm gonna heal the nation. I'm gonna heal the land. I'm gonna heal the nation. I'm gonna heal the nation. All you gotta do is get down on save us. Lord, we need you. We trust and believe you. Lord, we know you are able. All we gotta do is get down on our knees and pray. We need the Savior, we need the King. Your ruler over everything. We need the Savior, we need the King. Your ruler over everything. We need the Savior, we need the King. Your ruler over everything. We need the Savior, we need the King. Ruler over everything. Give my people who are called by my name. Would humble themselves and pray, drop off their wicked ways. Then I'm gonna hear from heaven and forgive their sins. I'm gonna heal the nation, I'm gonna heal the land, yeah. We need you now. We need you now.